Hey guys, I'm back, and we're going to continue on with understanding light logic over a surface, or over a logical presence of light over any surfaces or shapes. So we've already done a sphere. I did a sphere in the previous tutorial. So right now I'm going to do a cube. And I think I want to kind of freehand it a little bit, just to not make it so static for right now. And then when we get into shadow basics, I'll be using the ruler a little bit more. So with this one, I want to show you, but first of all, let's identify the regions. And then you can go back and re-look at the spherical tutorial, but let's identify the regions. First of all, you have a light source. You always have to have some kind of light source, even if it's the sun or if it's the artificial light that you have on your table or whatever it is. Your light source has to be there in order for us to practice creating the illusion of light in your drawings on a two-dimensional surface. So the first thing that you're going to have after you have the light source that touches your shape is center light. Center light. Okay. The second thing you're going to have is what is called a midtone. And I verbally identified those things to you as I was creating the sphere. So I'll write them down too, so you can actually have a visual of the word. The third one is called core shadow, or it's called crest shadow. Okay, and then the fourth one is reflected light. Fifth one is casted shadow. Okay, now in between mid-tone area and core shadow, you have what's called, I'm going to put that out here, terminator line. Terminator line. And then in between here, the reflected light area and the casted shadow area, you have what's called occlusion shadow. Okay, so these are the terms, and I'll show you the areas. These are the terms that we have when we look at a sphere. This is my sphere. I know it's kind of wonky, but this is my sphere. So here you're going to have your center light, which is really, really bright. And then right in here, you're going to have your what's called mid-tone area, where it's kind of gray but not too dark. And then you're going to have what's called a terminator line that is not actually drawn. It's never drawn. I'm doing just a schematic, something for you guys to see the zones. And then based on this terminator line, once the ball or the shape goes away from the light, it becomes a lot darker. So back here, we have what's called a crest or a core shadow. And it's kind of like that. And this one is going to be much darker. Okay, that's your core. And then down here, that area down here is reflected light. Take some of those lines out of there. And then this is, guess what? What is that called? Your casted shadow. So here you have center light right here. You have mid-tone right here. You have core shadow right here. You have reflected light down here. You have casted shadow right here. All right. And then right in here, you have terminator line. And then down here, you have, I'm just going to put a red mark down here. This will be where the occlusion shadow is in whatever medium you're using. So this is the occlusion shadow. So these are the 5, 6, 7 regions that are effective when light is crossing over a surface to illuminate its form. You have to remember that. So this is called light logic. So in our next toot, I'll show you how to put together a cube using light logic.